What's up? What's happening? Hope all is well with you guys. Thoughts of a Predicate winner. Back over your head top with another one. I'm about to dive into some SAMSON today, man. I've done one SAMSON already, and I wanted to share a story before we get into this video. But before I even share the story, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps me to get into the algorithm, and it just helps us to grow as a community, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you like videos like this is what I do. So please just make sure to hit that subscribe button, that little notification button, and that like button for your boy. And the story is, I used to create TikTok content. I know. But at first I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just know that I wanted to have a voice on the internet. That's what I knew. So at that point in time, I was creating, and the TikTok account still exists. It's under the Vape Guy, VAPEGUI. You'll find it that way. Cause like I had like 77,000 followers on there, and SAMSON came across my feed one day. It was just like this short little 1 minute freestyle clip. And I was like, yo, you were dope. This was before, like, yeah, I don't even think he was viral on TikTok yet, but I was like, yo, you were super dope, bro. And, you know, he hit back up and was like, man, thank you. I appreciate that. And I just, I made these little skits, you know what I mean? Like, vape skits, which kind of makes me cringe a little bit now. But, you know, I thought it was funny at the time. I was trying to do comedy type stuff. So I, literally, like trying to think of the best way to say it. Like I would showcase in a comedic way what it was like to have like interactions with customers in stores. So I would be like the vape guy, and then I would also portray the customer that comes in a doofus like way. And there's some funny ones, you know what I mean? But I can't remember which one it was, but on one of them, SAMSON also commented on mine and was like, yo, dude, you were pretty funny. And I was like, thank you, dude. And, you know, it was like a real organic moment. He didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. It was just like, oh, I like that. And he was like, oh, I like that too. And it was just a cool exchange. And now I see that he is who he is. Hopefully he won't mind me doing this, you know, because some people do get aggravated with reactors. But this is SAMSON, man. What about us? Y'all ready? Let's get into it, man. Shout out to Shannon one time. And I said shout out to Shannon because she is the one that requested this. All right, y'all ready? If you give them an inch, they will take a mile. That is a fact. That is a fact of life. I don't know who came up with that quote, but that's a fact of life, bro. Period. What you got, buddy? All right.
Don't tread on me. Those are words that I stand by, homie. It doesn't mean I'm gangster. It doesn't mean I'm country. It means that my life is in my hands only.
I like it already, bro. I like that beat drop was insane. Insane.
Don't tread on me. Those are words that I stand by, homie. It doesn't mean I'm gangster. It doesn't mean I'm country. It means that my life is in my hands only. I don't have money for security. I don't have armed guards that I keep snug around me. You don't think I deserve protection like you do, and that means you don't give a fuck about me. Gated community, that's what you live in. Hatred and mutiny, that's what we live in. So come down here and hang with us for a minute. See if you leave with the same fucking opinion. Who's gonna help me out if I get robbed?
Bro, I like him, dude. I like his... It's not just the tone and the delivery. It's also like the standstill that he does where he's just like, I am serious. You know what I mean? And it's what separates him from the pack. Like, it's completely different. Nobody does it like this. It's almost like you don't know if you're watching a skit. You don't know if you're watching something comedic or if you're watching something that's, you know, a mockery. And then his bars are just elite. He's a killer. You know what I mean? I love this, bro. This is super hard already.
Think I deserve protection like you do, and that means you don't give a fuck about me. Gated community, that's what you live in. Hatred and mutiny, that's what we live in. So come down here and hang with us for a minute. See if you leave with the same fucking opinion. Who's gonna help me out if I get robbed? What if somebody were to beat up my mother? Who's gonna be there to save our lives? You Nah, me, motherfucker. I'm the only one that's got my back. It's dog eat dog, these are not no cats. There's cops in Michigan that can't even respond to their calls cause their cars ain't got no gas. Great. Police don't have any fuel, you don't know if they'll arrive when you call them. The babies are starving, my girlfriend can't find a tampon, and yet somehow you and I are the problem. I never bought a gun without having my background scanned and approved. The only loophole I've seen on a gun is the one that you put a fucking lanyard through. It's not true that you can go to the store and just swipe your card and get a Glock and run. It's funny, the people that say that shit have literally never even shot one.
That was hard. That was hard. That was a nice little middle finger to them people out there, bro. I like it. I like it.
Hey, Matthew McConaughey, shut the fuck up. Just cause you murdered people on
I love this, dude.
never even shot one. Dumbass. Hey, Matthew McConaughey, shut the fuck up. Just cause you've murdered people on screen doesn't mean you know shit about guns, you dumb fuck. What, you worried about us? What about all of those violent movies that you played? How about you go talk to Alec Baldwin before you start telling me what to do, okay?
Bro, that's actually a really solid point. Like, if I'm Matthew McConaughey and I heard that, I would be like, he's kind of right. He's kind of right. Good point, Samson.
Baldy, I was horrified by it. That's your hometown, you were born right by it. It probably cuts deep, and I hope that it does, cause you work in an industry that glorifies violence. It's more your fault than it will ever be mine. The Lord only knows how many crimes that you've influenced throughout your whole career, cause I've seen you kill people plenty of times.
That's right, bro. That's true. Like, my favorite Matthew McConaughey performance ever is True Detective, that first season. And he was like he was a bastard in that, bro. Like, he was not a good person. And that's very true, bro. Like, he's just pointing out, like, I've seen you kill, I've seen you do this like 20 times, dog. What are you coming out talking about us for, bro? What is that? Like, that's true, bro. That's
What
true.
do you think is gonna cause a shooting? A YouTube video of a gun review? Or a Hollywood murder scene that seems so realistic it looks like it's from the news? So next time that you wanna point your finger with a stupid opinion and chime in with it, remember, it ain't me that they're trying to be like, dog. It's you that they're trying to mimic. I feel way more safe in a place where the people are legally armed. If something happens like a mass shooting, I have a way less chance of being lethally harmed. A criminal is gonna think twice if he knows everybody is a piece underneath their clothes. And Mayor Lightfoot will probably tell you different, but have you seen Chicago? And
This is really good. I'm not even riding it, bro. Like, from the setup of it to where we are now, this is really good. Like, and where are we? We're 2 minutes in, and I'm just starting to realize that this is a message. And it's a really good message, man. I like this. Thank you, Samson. This is hard.
no, before you ask, I don't want to be like Canada either. And I don't want to be like Australia. I'm sick of everybody using them as a humanity meter. There's a reason that they can do whatever they want to their citizens, like fucking throw them in camps. And there's a reason that our government doesn't even try that shit, cause they know that they can't. If you don't think for one split second that if we didn't have our Second Amendment, the government wouldn't overstep its boundaries and make us do shit even when we're against it, you're out of your mind. I don't give a damn where you stand or how or what you vote. That's dandy and fine if you trust Uncle Sam, but I, for one, fucking don't. And why would I?
Yo, dude, come on. I gotta rewind it just because, bro.
He knows everybody is a piece underneath their clothes, and Mayor Lightfoot will probably tell you different, but have you seen Chicago? And no, before you ask, I don't want to be like Canada either, and I don't want to be like Australia. I'm sick of everybody using them as a humanity meter. There's a reason that they can do whatever they want to their citizens, like fucking throw them in camps. And there's a reason that our government doesn't even try that shit, cause they know that they can't. If you don't think for one split second that if we didn't have our Second Amendment, the government wouldn't overstep its boundaries and make us do shit even when we're against it, you're out of your mind. I don't give a damn where you stand or how or what you vote. That's dandy and fine if you trust Uncle Sam, but I, for one, fucking don't. And why would I? What have they done? Give me a reason for me to believe them. They want to trade me a little security in exchange for a big ass piece of my freedom. They don't want to take away guns cause they care about you and they want to keep you safe at night. They want to take away guns cause it's easy to control people if they don't have any way to fight.
Hey buddy, what your little AR-15 gonna do if the government comes to take it?
Well, Ukraine started handing out rifles to all of the citizens when the Russians invaded, so what about that? I thought it wouldn't help. I guarantee that it'd be better than nothing. I hope it never does, but if the day comes, I bet that you're gonna wish that you had something. This is the only country on earth where the people have real strength. And nowadays, with all the shit going on, that's the only thing that makes me feel safe. If there's anything that I've learned in the past couple years looking back at the pandemic, all of the shit that we have is fragile, and it could snap at any second.
This is amazing. I just wanted to stop it for 2 seconds just because I felt like it was a good stopping place. This is amazing. And this takes real talent. People can tell stories. That takes real talent. People can be in the competitive rap scene where their bars are the elite part. Our metaphors could be elite. Or it takes real talent to showcase your skills as like just using your voice, your cadence, your delivery, your flow. Bro, or like even punchline rappers like Lloyd Banks and Wayne. Super skill set, like super dope. But when you can relay a message that pertains to the reality that you're living in now, and you showcase all of those things that I just mentioned with it, this kid is so special, bro. This is super, super hard.
Fuck all of the politicians. I don't trust anything they say. Take the word gun out of gun control, and that's all that it is at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck how crazy you think that I look or I sound when I say this shit, but our Second Amendment's the only thing that stands between us and a dictatorship.
Dog.
And as for the kids, I'm not a security expert, so I won't act like one. But I think that if we can send over $50 billion to Ukraine, we could surely spend that much, or more, or less, here in our own country to fortify our schools and make them more secure so that every kid can get an education safe and sound. Place several trained armed guards in every school across America. You know, real men who won't stand by for 45 minutes in the hallway while a shooting unfolds in front of their own eyes.
Thank you for saying this, bro. Thank you for saying that, man. That's because I was so emotional about that. I don't normally get emotional about news. I just don't. It doesn't hit home all the way sometimes. But that Texas one, when that picture came out of all the kids that were obliterated, rest in peace. Prayers to your family, the families. But when that came out, I was driving and I literally had to pull my car over to the side of the road, and I cried and I cried and I cried. I was so hurt. I have a 11-year-old and a 6-year-old girl, and I have to drop them off or I have to let them go to school every day of their lives. That trust aspect has to be there. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate Samson talking about this, just taking a minute just to make some valid points. And yeah, those Texas police that was outside or wherever that was, I can't remember that, but with the one he's talking about where they stood outside all that time and just let the shooting happen. How?
All across America. You know, real men who won't stand by for 45 minutes in the hallway while a shooting unfolds in front of their own eyes. And pay them well, too. There's veterans that need the work. Why not protect our kids the same way that we protect you? Politicians are protected by guns. Celebrities are protected by guns. Every important person that walks this earth is protected by a gun. But our kids, they're important. Just not as much as you.
Bro, that's a really good point. That's a really good way to end this video. Well done. Just well done, dog. Well done, Samson. Well done. I'm speechless. I mean, like I'm a reactor and I'm speechless. Like that. I feel like I said everything I needed to say during the video anyway, but this takes balls, bro. First and foremost, like you don't have any relationships in the industry as it is. And you have goals, right? Like you want to get paid. You want to get paid for your content. They probably demonetized that video as soon as it was up. I have to give him a major hat tip and a whole lot of salutes and a whole lot of respect. And that's really all I have to say, man, because first of all, talent-wise, I'm blown away. But secondly, the audacity to speak on these things publicly when you know the platform that you have, I have to tip my hat to that even further. And yeah, he knew that some people would have his back, but at that point in time, I read it 2 years ago was when this was released. At that point in time, it didn't feel like there was a whole lot of us left out here. It didn't. So I salute this, man. This was brave. It was brave. It was tenacious. I love this. This was incredible. Shout out to SAMSON, bro. Shout out to SAMSON. Thank you guys for watching, man, and thank you for listening to my commentary. But that right there was, I mean, he said what he needed to say. Like, he said what needed to be said. And he did it very, very well. And like, there is no combative nature to that. Like what he just did, you can't combat that. You can't combat that much truth. I salute it, bro. I salute that. That was super fire. Super fire. And I'm very appreciative of that as someone with 2 girls that goes to schools and a believer in the Second Amendment, of course. So, fire. Fire. All right, y'all. Thank y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Be good throughout these holidays. I appreciate y'all. Make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button on your way out. And I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.